Give me some difficulty the first time. I didn't want to start, but now it started. We've got some dinner chores to do. What are dinner chores? Well, dinner chores are a little different than regular chores, right? Dinner chores are chores that happen after 6 p.m. Yeah, I'm here now, Winston's mom. I had a little bit of problem initially with my immunity meow, but now it should be fine. I had a nice, I had a nice nap, rather pleasant nap, and got some plans at the moment to do a couple of little chores. Like, for example, I'm going to start a new pot of coffee. We're out of coffee, so I need to start a new pot. The good news is it should be a little easier than sometimes because I've already cleaned out the. Oh, look at the kitty! Yeah, well, they've been at it for a little while now. I was sleeping for the beginning of it. Kitty wants to type something on the keyboard. Kitty loves typing on the keyboard. See? She's a real keyboard typer. Hi, Daniel Barry, Sports Highlights. So I'm going to put some pants on in a second. I'm going to start a new pot of coffee. Yeah, she sleeps in different ways. This is unusually adorable because the keyboard happens to be there. So we're going to make some coffee in a second. And hi, Jonathan Carpenter. Basically, we've got three chores in store for tonight. Chore number one, make some new coffee. Actually, I should backpedal a bit here. Chore number one is actually going to be put on some pants. As you see, or you may not see yet, but you could see, we have a very wonderful kitty right there. And he's being a Captain Lie Down. Oh, yes. What a noble beast. Oh, yes. Daddy knows about the nobility of your beasthood. Yes, he does. All right. So, now that I've gotten pants on, it is time for us to do what? That's right, make some new coffee. Let's do it. Once we get some new coffee going, and then go back into the living room. We can sit down and pull a few bowls because I haven't smoked any bowls yet. And that's important too, obviously. All right, so I'm taking this out. Just like that. All right. Let's go. Let's go put a little bit of a handle on this. Look, I get it. You want to know what we're having for dinner. Don't get ahead of yourself. One thing at a time. The first thing we're doing is making more coffee. We're going to let this fill up as far as it should. It's a lovely day out. Still a little chilly maybe. All right, that's enough water. Let's put you in here, and then we're going to bring the coffee water back in here to make coffee. You guys just stay there and watch. It makes me happy to hear Rachel upstairs talking with her friends about Anagram or what have you. All right. Now we're just about ready to start making this coffee. We're going to get some U-ban. I'm just going to pour a bit of that around here. There should be plenty of U-ban. Then we'll get this spoon here and smooth it around a bit. Just smooth it around. Okay. Now that that's smoothed around, put this lid on and turn it on. There. Okay, mission accomplished. We got some new coffee cooking. That's good. Let's return to the living room where everything is just and true. Including my very special kitty. Yeah. All right, see you, Jonathan. Yes, Rosalind is pretty cute. Pretty cute kid. Pretty funny kid, really. Obviously, like you, Winston's mom, I feel a little bit nervous / protective of her. She seems a little like sheltered. I don't know. But it's one of the sort of delightful things that YouTube affords one every once in a while. Like this funny little kid. Who for some reason ends up like spending an hour plus watching this stream. Who needs 3 gallons of coffee? Well, we drink it more than just in one day, you know. I still really haven't gotten used to this tobacco vape here. Kind of weird, but it's just oh, does that not count or something? Let's see. He hit it off of his teammate into the goal. I guess it does count. He looks so excited with his picture of his face. Oh, that's 2-1. Dallas. I thought it was 1-0. It was 2-1. I'm rooting for Vegas over Dallas, of course. Hey, it's your fave girly. Do you still get the knob polished? Oh yeah, I do. There's no houses being roofed today. There aren't any houses being roofed today. I think cats meow that, as with just about every single American migrant issue, it's just a divisive wedge issue, you know. It's designed to give somebody a boogeyman to hate. None of your business, says lol. Your fave girly says pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Well, I am so happy about your unicorns, both that they're pink, they're fluffy, and they're dancing on rainbows. It does look like my kitty's trying to use the keyboard. So now she's put her arm back. She did have her arm there for a while, but now she tucked it underneath herself a little bit. It looks like this reflection right there is her arm, but it's not. Yeah, boy. She's a cutie pie. Trouble is being really cute, sleeping in the bed right now, too. He and I were napping together earlier. Rachel got into a little bit of trouble earlier with me because I was trying to nap. She was lying down with me and she would not stop petting the cat. So eventually I said, Rachel, I'm trying to take a nap. Can you please just not bother the cat for a minute? Hey, brother, hope you were well. I hope you felt loved and valued today. I appreciate your sharing this world with me. It's fine, Trey Moran. You know, it could turn out that you're the one actually sharing the world with me. I'm not entirely sure. Well, thanks, Trey Moran. She looks like your cat Kiki. Her name is Capio, sometimes called Pee with an I, you know. The name is spelled Kapio. Oh, it is so tempting to pet the cat. But she was petting the other cat, you know, when I was sleeping. She was like reaching over me to pet the cat. I'm like, okay, Rachel. Obviously, this is not going to work. So, we've got a couple more chores in store today. Obs McGobs. And the most important of those obs McGobs is obviously bong rips. So we're going to pull a couple bong rips. I'm going to bring this up here. Hi, Cat Cindy Prim. I'm going to bring this up here. I'm going to pop it out. And I will put it on top of Old Smoky. Wait, no, not Old Smoky. Put it on top of the hockey game. Sorry, sweetie. There. All right. Now, after we get a couple of bong ribs pulled, then we can look and see what we're going to cook for dinner, okay? We might just cook some sausage sandwiches for dinner. That's possible. So I don't really hit that vape all that often, you know, like not as nearly as much as I would hit where I would smoke cigarettes, but I don't know, it really makes me cough a lot. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, right? In some sense, it might be a good thing because it makes me not do it very often. This one doesn't make me cough nearly as much. It might be the VG versus PG thing that somebody was talking about. This one hits pretty good. Well, tech tidbits. We have a test to check for NI polar. People who are NI blind, they are unable to take a long redundant sentence and collapse it down to a nutshell, simple, short version of itself. You look like the kind of guy that had the best time on acid back in the day. Well, I mean, acid's a little iffy of a drug, you know? It lasts a long time. I don't know anything about it. Catch me out. Like I said, I don't generally like to engage wedge issues that are just designed to make people feel as though the bad guys aren't getting their way, you know. Yeah, they can't simplify things well. But as far as distinguishing between, say, NI1 and NI5 or 6, I don't have any good tests to distinguish those things. I just have a pretty reliable, actually, polar test. I can tell from a variety of questions whether somebody is NI front or SI front stack, right? But I can't really tell one, two, you know, etc. I mean, I think it's an issue, but I think it's an issue that's designed to be um, a wedge issue, right? It's not a real policy matter. Problems in the nation that we're having, which are substantial, don't link to immigration at all. Um, it's become a culture war point, right? Like either you're opposed to immigrants and immigration, in which case you're conservative, or you're in favor of it, in which case you're liberal. Only idiots care about that issue, frankly. Only idiots who've been fooled into boogeymanning one way or the other. Well, if your TI is crap, you're definitely not INTP. Tech tidbits. Yeah, it's just fuel for the outrage machine. It's ridiculous. We have genuine issues in the country. Like, homelessness is a real issue. I've got a real solution for it. But people don't want that, right? They want to get mad about something for which there isn't a meaningful solution except, get rid of all the illegal immigrants and then have a serious problem with farm worker availability and stuff. It's like ridiculous. No, I mean, we should definitely secure the border as a default. That's what every nation state should do. It's their national sovereignty to be responsible for their border control. But the point is, we should do that in order to enforce whatever immigration laws we have, right? We shouldn't. The point is, of course, we have plenty of real problems that are not going to be solved by meaninglessly, pointlessly, and idiotically thinking that immigration is a substantial problem in the country. You have to be a complete fucking tard to think that. Most importantly is the proper response to the immigration issue is mine, right? It's fuck off, right? Care about things that matter. Don't get distracted by Fox News's or CSNBC's little those horrible boogeymen are at it again. Don't get fooled by that garbage. What are you, a tard? Have some fucking sense. You're too smart to be. The only possible reason you could justify even asking that question, catch me out, is to elicit this specific response from it. That's the only possible way you could justify it. Because you're just continue to ignore and contribute to the problem of people and boogeymen, which is way bigger of a problem than any of the boogeymen they're so worried about. Platypusing is the biggest problem in American politics. The habit of going, those darn niggity meows. That's the biggest problem in American politics. Immigration is not a problem. That's a problem. So that's what I try to shit on at every possible opportunity. I don't want to lift any weights. You might be an INFJ, who knows? INFJs don't necessarily have good TI. But what you might be also is a guy named Eric who needs to pull some more bulls. Okay, well, it's fine. You can disagree with me all you want. But the problem isn't actually immigration, right? It's a specific Supreme Court ruling that placed the burden for housing unhoused people on municipalities, as I've explained before. So if you were a serious person, Catch Me Out, you would have applied that learning that I've already taught you, instead of just been like, I think it's bad then. Well, yeah, I mean, there's no disputing that when the Supreme Court issues a ruling to municipalities that functions as an unfunded mandate on how they must deal with their public space when it's occupied illegally and unreasonably by personages who don't have homes, well, then obviously the federal government needs to take responsibility for the provision of those services. They can't just provide it unfunded mandate to municipalities. I've already explained this to you before. You know this already. But instead, you want to pretend like the problem is people using hotels to house immigrants rather than the Supreme Court ruling that required municipalities to do so if they want to solve the problem at all. So, you know, being serious is kind of important sometimes. You know, one of the biggest problems we have is that people who aren't serious imitate serious so well. Most importantly, those who complain about a problem while neither providing a meaningful solution nor understanding the problem well enough to even conceive of a meaningful solution are just whining. Don't Florida enable the use of firearms against squatters? No, it's fake news. There's a stand your ground law in Florida, but this doesn't involve squatters usually. I mean, I think it wouldn't be a terrible idea. So if you have a squatter in your home, it's the same thing as having somebody invading your home, right? Government overreach is bad in all cases because you use the word overreach. Obviously, overreaching is always bad. It doesn't mean that reaching is always bad. And the incorrect Supreme Court ruling is a significant problem, right? But that needs to be dealt with by a case law, the Justice Department, not via legislation on immigration. We're not going to eat the cat. I agree, leave it up to the states for abortion. Yes, but note my point, catch me out. You're talking about issue of case law as though it were an issue of regular law. Yeah, that's the wrong video. You're looking for the video entitled Chinese Food Done Quick and Easy. It's time to admit something. That last bong rip tasted awful. I don't know if it's I need to clean the bong, I need new weed or what, but that tasted awful. So let's put some more weed here. And let's also get a paper towel to clean the front of this bong. You're looking for Alf reruns. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da. That's a good one. Good job on that Alf joke there. You see, because Alf enjoyed eating cats. No, I don't know a bad bunch of weed. It's just that on the plate is just like old shake that's been sitting out forever. So I I needed to get some fresher weed. Yeah, I noticed that. Like, gee, you are a dog, and yeah, dogs. I'm not sure how many cats they actually eat. Right? They might, unfortunately, tragically, kill a cat that gets into their yard or something. I don't think, in general, dogs eat the cats they kill. Do they? Do they really? Maybe in nature. Maybe in nature, that's how it works. All the dogs are constantly eating all the cats. Right, Alf never did. He never did successfully eat a cat on the show. But presumably, he ate plenty of cats back on this home planet. Why they would have cats back on this home planet, I'm not sure. Did they import them from Earth, or were there a parallel evolution of cats? I'm not sure. Regardless, the Dallas Stars, right, a fox, a coyote, a wolf, any of those might presumably eat a cat. Dog, probably not so much. Dogs probably eat dog food. A wolf is the original dog. Well, you're right about that, Iron Lion. You're right. But, and it is true that Duran Duran, among others, did point out that wolves are notable for their hunger, right? All right, drugs may be bad, but I'm not doing any drugs. I'm just smoking a little weed. Melmac. Michael J. Fox was Teen Wolf. You know what I bet? I bet he wasn't anywhere close to being a teenager when he made Teen Wolf. That's what I bet. Wouldn't surprise me if he were in his mid to late 20s. The thing is, getting back momentarily to the horrible immigration issue. One thing I think Trump was right about in the first place, even though it sounds so ridiculous, is why not build a big wall if you want to secure the border, right? No, don't solicit money from me. What's my advice to the coming generation? I think Rachel's upstairs. She's not even down here. I think it would be, this isn't advice, more just like a decent frame of reference. Probably everything will be fine. You know? I think that's a decent frame of reference. The countries in the world and it's undergoing growing pains from an analog to a digital world. And I mean, it's like the people of the world and the habits and institutions of the world need to catch up with the communicative effectiveness. Well, I mean, my point, Winston's mom, is this: that if there's one thing we should all agree on, it's that the federal government, any nation state, right, it is absolutely the appropriate purview of the federal government to enforce immigration law in keeping with the actual legislation that the legislators have written, right? You cannot enforce the immigration law if you've got people crossing the border illegally all the time. So, well, I agree with you, Winston's mom. However, unlike other topics about immigration, immigration border control is legitimately a matter that the federal government ought to have under control, right? Well, the point is, everybody should agree that whether we have laws that are permissive for immigration or laws that are restrictive of immigration, that we ought to be able to enforce them as written. So nobody should disagree with that, okay? And nobody should ever claim that that immigration is not an appropriate thing for the federal government to be doing either. It's absolutely appropriate for the federal government to be doing. So it's like we all need to be entirely reasonable about every point on the matter, right? Which is to say that yes, immigration is used as a hot button issue, as a wedge issue, whatever, right? But part of the reason why it's able to be used as a wedge issue is because we have to deal with undocumented slash illegal immigrants who are crossing the border because there's no physical barrier adequate to keep them out. Well, the point is, that it doesn't matter what immigration side you're on, right? Whether you believe there should be permissive or restrictive immigration law. Everybody should agree that in order to enforce that law, that we need to secure the borders. Okay? Oh no, they're not supplying me with my weed. But like, gee. Okay? So I live in California. Well, yeah, that's a separate issue though, Winston's mom. Obviously, it's a bad idea to deport every illegal immigrant. All right. The big difference between controlling the borders and waging some kind of ridiculously ill advised war against immigrants, right? What I'm saying is, yes, we should secure the border. Even liberals should agree with Trump and everybody who's on the whatever side about securing the borders. Who cares if Rolling Stone is left leaning? It doesn't matter, right? You're just boogeymanning. We can't trust. You're doing a source indict. It's like super weak. Don't do weak ass shit like source indicts. Actually respond to the point being made. And the point I'm making is, yes, it's a bad idea to go around the country deporting every illegal immigrant. And it's also a bad idea to continue allowing this issue to be a wedge issue by failing to secure the border. I have not been on YouTube live for 2 days straight. I I had to take a nap earlier today. I'm done with my nap now. Hi, Joy Boy Insomniac. Lucifer is scared now. Well, my point is very straightforward. That am I Trevor Phillips? No, I don't know who Trevor Phillips is. Remember when I told everyone to shove pineapples up their asses? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not in the mood for shenanigans. That's the point. You might say, Eric, but man, that's not shenanigans. It's like, well, it probably is, though. You could be like, who made you the arbiter of all shenanigans, Eric? I did, that's who. I made me the arbiter of all shenanigans. Because I'm right about those things. Yeah, I'm not voting in 2024 either. And partially it's because I recently learned, I don't know if you guys knew this, but I recently learned apparently voting's for sissies. I was surprised to learn that as well. You know what I bet Rachel would really enjoy? A fresh hot cup of coffee. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. The sound of abuelita. Yum, 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 yum. My wife right now is upstairs chatting with her friends about Anagram. Having it sounds like a wonderful time. I hear her laughing and stuff periodically. How do you improve your to eat instrumental? Well, you don't really improve your functions. Okay, when one is circumstantially empowered to pay attention safely in lots of different ways, then your relationship with different kinds of paying attention improves. I mean, it could statistically matter. Catch me out. There could, in theory, be an election decided by just one vote. Well, it depends on the election, right? It does matter statistically if the election is determined by just one vote. It's unlikely to determine. Or you do programming, you only get motivated to do it. That's an SE problem, not a TE problem, Harrison Sherwin. You have either 7th or 8th slot SE. That's true, Cat's Meow. Well, Iron Lion, the point is, Cat's Meow is making an important distinction, right? And one that disproves your central thesis. So, all you need to do to see democracy functioning healthily and in action is go to a small county like mine, which is kind of fiercely expressive of its own identity by the political process. It's an agricultural county. Agricultural habits and practices are defended against residential practices, legally. TE is figuring out how to get from A to B. Regardless, the problem you have isn't the figuring out part, it's the doing it part. And that's SE. But if you had trouble with the figuring out part, you wouldn't have problems getting started on the process. You'd have problems actually figuring it out. I can't figure it out. I don't know how to do this. I try, I can't figure it out. If you were having TE problems, it would be like that. You're having SE problems. If I knew how to solve SE problems, I'd already solve them for myself, motherfucker. I wouldn't save it to solve your problems. I'd solve my own SE problems. Instead, we just have to commiserate on our shared suffering. Cheers. I don't believe it's already decided either. Listening to Rachel yell about something upstairs. Yelling about some anagram thing. I typed you ESTP. Oh, I see. So what you're really dealing with then isn't so much what you're really dealing with isn't so much a TE problem, it's an FI problem. You don't like TE. I don't like TE either. How to solve your FI problem? I don't know. Sometimes Rachel is so loud. It's funny. Yeah. She's laughing about something up there. I don't know. Oh yeah, she's a New Yorker, right? In her heart of hearts, she's a New Yorker. And she's from a loud New York family, and she's a little bit. No, I didn't see Ghost of Viewing's recent video. I don't watch that stuff. Well, I guess it's a loud city. You know, you got to be loud if you live in a loud city to make yourself heard over the loudness of the city. Yeah, she is having a blast. And I don't know, there's something about Rachel being happy that makes me super happy. I just knowing that Rachel's carefreely enjoying herself and whether it's like well because I guess partially because it all links to the channels. Like these are channel people she's chatting with. I also like it a lot when she live streams. No, I think this is FI or something. I don't know. Well, I could imagine myself not really caring, you know. That'll be my default. How did FI Polar come up? I don't know. Um, you know, I think that it's possible me and Rachel's like maybe we should move if they're building a house across the street. That might represent bad FI on our part, like a failure to recognize how much we like about this place and how oh, Harrison Sherwin, I know that feeling. I used to have that feeling all the time. I guess it's time to go to sleep. Oh, now I just gotta get into bed by myself. I don't know what fun that would be. Probably not very much fun. I mean, one could imagine being jealous or something. I don't feel that way because, in part, I'm sure, um, you know, we both have access to the same level of instant socializing, right? I'm doing it like this. She could do it like this at any time too. It's just it may I guess it's like I don't really enjoy the kind of engagement she's engaging in right now. Because I just I did a lot of that before. You know, I've had a lot of conversations with groups of people about Typology stuff or whatever, Enneagram, stuff like that. I don't know. I just find it mostly frustrating these days. So, is it done? Not quite. I bet pretty soon. Oh no, it is done. It is done now. Alright. Well, I'm inclined to take out the coffee grounds. Let's do it. Let's just give in to the need to do things and do it. That's a spicy meatball.
Hi, Hanson.
Hi, Darling. How's it going?
Good. How's it going with you?
Going well. I'm just emptying the coffee grounds and then I'm yapping here. Okay.
Cool.
This is fresh coffee.
Fresh coffee?
Yeah, it's done. It just finished.
Cool. I'll take my cup out of the sink then. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So are you done anagramming?
Yes.
We were enjoying listening to you from upstairs.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Oh.
we could hear you on the live stream.
Oh, really? I'm sorry it was that loud.
That's fine, darling. I was enjoying this episode.
Oh, that's good.
The sound of you being happy. It's a very nice sound.
Aww. I like that you like that sound. I like your smile right now.
Good. Alright, this is done. Now let's put this back in here.
You want to go out? Meow.
Alright, there.
You're the best husband a girl can get.
Thanks, darling.
You're welcome.
Ugh.
Ow.
Did you burn yourself
It spilled on me.
with fire?
Yeah, fire.
Alright. So my wonderful darling Rachel is awake. Hi, Glenn Spence. You're back. And you're better than ever.
Are you hungry? Would you like? I was gonna make myself a cup of noodles.
We do have a trash compactor, William. Cup of noodles, huh? I'd go for a cup of noodles.
Cool.
Cat's meow.
Meow.
Indicates what I was telling you, that we could hear you having a good time and it was cool and fun.
Oh, that's good. I'm so glad. Hi, everyone.
Here she is.
I'll be back in a little bit. I'm just gonna make some cup of noodles.
Sounds good. I think I will probably make us a couple sausage sandwiches a little bit later.
Oh.
We'll have, if you want a cup of noodles as like a tide me over, or do you want me to just make sausage sandwiches?
Yeah, I don't want to have. I'm not sure what to do. I'd rather have your sausage sandwich.
All right, then let's have sausage sandwich.
Okay.
That's fine. I will start them right now.
Whenever you want to start.
Well, I'm getting ready to eat, you know.
47.
So anyway, I also want to apologize to you for scolding you earlier.
It's okay. It's okay. I was waiting for it, honestly. I was talking with Kami and Lou and Ruben. Hi, Vincent's my mom. Hi, Iron Lion. Hi, Hero Lamb. Hi, Harrison Sherwin. Oh, hi, Ruben R. Oh my gosh, Ruben is a 6. I totally get it. Oh, thanks, Caspio. That's nice. Yeah, we just saw you, Amy.
Yeah, I was telling him about how I was trying to sleep here and this furious cat petting.
It was. I was telling them about my furious cat petting.
All right, so I will indeed start dinner pretty soon. That's why the title of this is Dinner Chores Are Different. They're different.
Dinner chores are different?
Yeah, they're different than breakfast chores.
Than breakfast chores?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, what is the difference?
Well, dinner chores, like tonight's dinner chores anyway, they require me at some point to take out the garbage to the street.
Oh yeah. I'll do it with you, even though I don't want to go out in the 46-degree weather, 47 degrees.
Oh, it's fine. I'll do it. It's not a big deal. Eat some pond scum. Now my stomach hurts. Any advice? Don't eat pond scum.
Yeah.
Six two eight. I can see a hint of 8 in you, Ruben. I am 53 and Rachel is 39. We mostly sleep separately because
Hyper awareness.
yeah.
It's hard, honestly. First of all, I'm FE Tool, so I'm like super aware of where Eric is and where Trouble is. And I don't want to disturb their sleep. Like, I think about this when I'm like laying next to them. Like, whether this is going to be a comfortable sleep for all of us. In the end, I usually decide with no. So I go upstairs to sleep, but I start in bed because I really like to start,
I think it's good. I mean, the thing is, I'm in that regard, I'm better with my own physicality. She's better with our physicality.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I know how to take a nap properly myself,
Yeah.
without having something playing in my ears, and like Rachel, when she lies down, she doesn't even lie down to go to sleep.
Mm-mm.
She doesn't even consider lying down to go to sleep. She's hours from going to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
If I lie down and I can't go to sleep right away, then I start getting annoyed. I should either get up or I don't get up, in which case I'm going to get increasingly annoyed all night long. So, however, if I'm properly tired, then I will go to sleep. Pretty quick. I'll sleep for a good amount of time. I had a nice nap today.
That's good.
Yeah. And, well, we are 14 years apart.
Yeah, she's I don't know what order, but she is those numbers. Yes, Rubinar. We didn't talk about her tri-type.
Yeah, well, Rachel needs her own room. And she has a nice big room upstairs. It's got a big, huge mirror from my family. I think any woman would be happy to have that mirror.
Oh yeah.
Right? It's a pretty great mirror.
Beautiful. As large as grapes.
Oh no, that's not too personal at all. And you know, that way she sits in her room sometimes after I've gone to sleep, and she'll play with her makeup and jewelry and stuff, sitting in front of that mirror. I go in there sometimes and I'll see all this little shit spread out in front of where she sits in front of the mirror. And I just think that's so much like a little girl, you know.
Oh, am I like stunted?
I think it's cute. I think it's cute. I think it's very fourth slot SE, you know. Like Rachel likes to look at herself. She looks at her hands. She looks at her rings. I don't. I'm not a look at myself kind of guy like that. All right. So we're doing sausage sandwiches. However, it is the case that in the right night of or two, you know, when you factor everything in, like Adderall specifically, that she and I will sometimes sleep the whole night together.
Yeah, when it happens, I'm like, wait, I'm still in bed with Eric?
Yeah. This is now cached. We'll add a little bit of water into here too. We are just making sausage sandwiches tonight. So sausage sandwiches, needless to say, are a little easier to make than fried rice, which is my normal application of sausage, right? But they're what you might call only somewhat easier. And I'll tell you why. Because while you don't have to cook the rice part, you do need to do some other things. You're going to need to get some breads out. And that's a step that you don't have to do with fried rice.
There's no real view of what you're doing.
Okay, thank you. Once again, Eric's SE8. Like, you know how Rachel, I was just saying how she likes to look at herself and stuff. I think whatever the picture is doesn't matter. Why would that matter?
It's so cute.
We're just live streaming a video. All right. Now, I'll put this over here. All right. Now, yeah, teeing does suck. Remember that guy who was here a little while ago? Maybe he's still here, named Harrison Sherwin or something like that?
Yeah.
Well, he was saying how he had trouble getting himself to TE. He had trouble SEing the TE. I said, oh, you must be 7th or 8th slot. And he's like, no, you typed me as an ESTP. So I said, well, I guess just TE sucks that much that nobody wants to do it.
It could be
Obviously, ENTJs like it though.
Yeah, so do TJs.
Yeah, they like it a lot. Alright. Now, this bread. It's going back in the freezer. Kitty, do you want to go outside? Does Kitty go outside? Uh-oh. Trouble with other Kitty. You want to go out the front, Capillo? You want me to make your brother get out of the way? Shoot. All right, come on, Capillo. There. Went outside. Good job, Kitty. All right. So, what else do we have to do for our sausage sandwiches? Well, one thing we could do is cut some onions.
Cut some onions.
Bounce, bounce, ba-dum, bounce.
Cut some onions.
Bounce, ba-dum, ba-dum, bow. All right. Probably need to wash these scissors here. I find myself musing every time I deal with scissors about this fantastic joke that somebody told in the chat the other day. I don't remember who it was who told this joke. Could have been Hoodie Cat during his joke and paste period. Anyway, I don't remember who it was though. But the joke was this. What's worse than two women running with scissors? Two women scissoring with the runs.
That's what you think of when you see scissors.
Yeah. This joke really struck me as, wow, that's a really clever joke.
It is.
It's gross, but clever.
It is supposed to be clever.
All right. So I got these out of the dishwasher.
Look very clean.
Yeah. Now, we're going to turn over these sausages. All right, sausages. You keep cooking like hotel rooms booking. Are you saying those aren't clean enough?
I'm not sure.
You know, my position on this is, yes, it's always clean enough.
Okay.
And then if you think when you take it out of the drawer to use it that it's too gross, then you can always clean it off.
Yeah, true. But I'm impressed with the how I put it in a different section. I never put the knives in there before, so but I'm impressed with how well they've cleaned.
Yeah, I think they're plenty clean. Yeah, I'm glad we put that back in there because why? Because now it's not on the counter.
Yeah. You do like your space.
Yeah.
You do.
I don't like clutter.
No, you don't.
Especially in the kitchen, you know. I don't like it elsewhere either, but I tolerate it more than I should probably. Like this, but this is annoying how it doesn't fit.
Fit it? I know. We'll keep it in there.
In here?
No.
In
Yes.
Here?
Oh, what?
There's already 2 other places.
Well, that's a drawer for the cellophane or whatever.
Alright, well, I'll try to remember that. I'm gonna get a couple of plotties from here.
What the heck is that?
Oh, I must have burned this. Put it
Oh.
on I must have put this on a meow. You know?
Yeah. It's good. We still have it. It still works.
Yeah, it still works. It's still good. It's gonna work just fine. Now, I've got the plotties. I'm gonna bring the plotties over here. Now I'm gonna need to get what? That's right. A cutting board. Here it is. Cutting boards, obviously, are for cutting. So that means we're going to cut something. What are we going to cut?
Onion!
That's right, Rachel. You guessed correctly. We're cutting an onion today. We're not going to use a whole lot of onion because we're just eating enough onion for 2 sandwiches. So, it's about this much onion diced. Once I take off this outer layer. That should be fine enough. Yeah. Now, we'll throw this away. We'll dice this bit of onion here. As tiny and small as we can. All right. There. I want this really diced small because we're going to have this onion raw on our sandwiches rather than cooking it with the sausage or what have you.
Good dicing.
Thanks.
You're welcome. love you.
I love you too, darling.
Thank you.
Alright. That's a nicely chopped onion.
Yes.
Alright, now we're going to put some saran wrap over this onion. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. And now I'm in trouble. That's what happens when you don't pay attention. That'll be fine. I'm pleased to announce that this is going to be fine. Sometimes in life, you just need to deglaze in the nick of time. And this instant, I think it's fair to say we deglazed in the nick of time.
Nice. Good job.
Nice. Okay. So, alright, now we'll get these breads out. And we'll put the breads like that. We'll put it bread side up, toast side down. As you see, one side toasted, the other side not so much. Sprinkle a little bit of this garlic powder on those sausages. And a little bit of these too. Why not?
Ooh.
I'm gonna zazz it up a bit.
You're zazzing it up.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna eventually, once this liquid's all gone away, then I will cut these sausages into small pieces. Just gonna let this liquid go. We'll do the cutting with the scissors. Now, we need another thing.
Cheese.
That's right, Rachel.
And
You're correctly-
mustard.
Yeah, mustard is the other thing too.
Ooh, great bong.
That's right, Rachel. We've chosen the fanciest of all mustards tonight. Grey Poupon. I'm gonna be about ready to cut that in a second, but let me open up a couple of these cheeses. Make will need approximately 1 cheese apiece.
Mm.
And we just cut this into little strips of cheese. And we get these strips and lay them across the bread like this. And we'll get our other cheese. We could try horseradish.
Try horseradish, sure.
Okay. Now I get the other cheese. Put it across here like that. And then we'll turn this off for a minute. Alright. Now we will cut these up.
Oh, grape pond has horseradish in it.
Oh. Well, maybe we don't need more horseradish then.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Mrs. Mom.
There. Now, that's the hard part. The next thing we need to do is what? Well, we need to get our spreader. We use this spreader and this mustard to like me out. Just a smooth, even coating of Grey Poupon across the whole bread, just like this. A very thin coating across the whole bread. Alright, now for the other sandwich. Perfect. Okay. Now that we've done that, and again, to every person in the world, I strongly advise getting one of these things. Now, what we're going to need to do next is finish cooking this. While we're finishing cooking that, we'll get out some saran wrap and wrap this onion like this. Next, I will put onions on this. Okay. Now, I have these more or less ready for the meat. Need this to cook, but she made more. Get that nice and hot. Let that cook a smooth one. Put away the cheese. Et voila! Alright. Looking good, looking swell. Meow, 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 meow. We're going to put this on the mustard side, I think. Is probably the easiest way to build this sandwich without having all of the meat fall off of it. Alright, there's one sandwich. Okay. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna meow this. We're gonna meow that. We're gonna meow this. As per meow. We will meow this over here. In meow fashion. And we will meow here. And additionally, we will meow and me. Alright. With all of that accomplished, we put this aside for a moment.
Nicely done.
Thanks. Alright. Alright, I think just go diagonal here. Just kind of hope for the best. Now, I believe we additionally have. Did you eat your leftovers, Rachel?
Yeah.
You want a beverage?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Got some paper towels.
Thanks.
What do I think of the Kendrick Drake rap beef? Nothing in particular. No, it's super no stick. It's surprisingly no stick. It's always incredibly easy to clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can keep your piece of house on. I don't want it.
You won Master Chef.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
It's pretty good. Well, Rachel can get her own chips if she wants to.
What?
Pass me out
I
because
don't
you need
need
chips.
it.
And then it's pass me out. There was supposed to be a side dish for this meal called Rachel's leftover potatoes from earlier. But she ate them instead. So now we don't have a side dish.
Are you disappointed?
It's fine.
It's fine, not like it's fine like the burning room. It's fine.
No, Rachel, it's fine, it's fine. They were her potatoes to begin with. The thing was, I'm like, are you going to eat those potatoes? She's like, no, but maybe I'll eat them later. And I said, all right, well, and if you don't eat them later, we can eat them as a side dish for dinner. She's like, sounds good.
then I laid down and I was like, oh, I'm hungry from those potato pancakes. They're so good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Brad Stover. Hi, Jackson.
So, I will concede. No, thank you, C. Robbins. I'm not familiar with that song. What's this song? I don't think I've ever heard it before. But you're referencing it makes me think of the song. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. Well, I would say that Kendrick Lamar is much more talented than Drake. Power Flame 6262. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. If you first become a Jew, convert to Judaism, then I will consider converting to Islam. Yeah, because I don't really eat chips because of my lack of teeth. I tend to forget about whether or not. Yes, it is Outcast. You're right. Well, I got 4 syllables for you, C. Rollins, regarding Tupac. First syllable, O. Ver. Ray. Last syllable, Tid.
Oh!
Overrated.
So you think that he's overrated because he's dead?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh. Well. Cool. I used to go to Israel and say, "Dear Israel, I'd like to become a Jew and join your country." Mmm. Oh, Fireflame, welcome to Israel. OMG.
OMG is right.
I think that Israel needs to let the Palestinians be their own country. Without any terms or stipulations. But more, I like my plan to move both Israel and Palestine to different spots in Africa.
I agree. Thanks for not like hating on me when I agree with you.
Of course I wouldn't, darling. Because I really like the idea of a Holy Land super park with water slides, casino, wild animal safari,
Definitely
adventure,
a lazy river too.
lazy river.
Partying of the seas.
Mm-hmm. Party of the Seas seafood restaurant
Oh
and
yeah,
brothel.
yeah.
Yes, Party of the Seas seafood restaurant and brothel. Roller coaster, right. You know, and it'll have a horrible corporatized imitation comedy club called That's Not Kosher. Well, that was delicious, but I don't really know if I'm done cooking and eating tonight. Yeah, it'll have an authentic New York Jewish delicatessen in Israel. We just gotta relocate both Israel and Palestine to Africa first. That's stage one. Although maybe stage one should be get the animals out of the wildlife reserves and get them onto boats where we're gonna put them, take them to Israel / Gaza. And, you know, there'll be like informational, like educational, like float through like small worlds kind of things, but educational ones like, you know, and one of them they say, you know, you're praying the wrong direction. Mecca's that way. And they teach you all about the Palestinians. The other one's like, you can't work on Saturday. That's the Shabbat. There'll be craft beer, sure. Oh, it'll be overpriced. For sure. It'll be way overpriced. And hopefully it'll be owned entirely by American companies.
Oh, Eric, you're so funny.
Thanks, darling. I'm thinking like Six Flags and Disney can each operate different portions of the park in kind of this miniaturized competition that occurs, you know, in different parks in other parts of the world will occur in one park. You know, they'll have like Aladdin flying carpet ride. Disney will have that. Six Flags will have like the generic version of it, like Akbar's Amazing Carpet Adventure or something. Well, we'll make our money back, Roger Namath, when we are in control of the Holy Land Super Park. We'll staff it entirely with expatriated Ukrainians. It'll be perfect. Muhammad's Tower of Terror. Right. Am I familiar with God of War? No, I don't think so. Is it a video game? I think I've seen commercials for it. Maybe. Never played it. There'll be a merry-go-Ferris and a wheel-go-round, Cat's Meow. Just to mix it up a bit. There will also be a lot more date and fig themed stuff than in any other amusement park in the world. It could be building a Muhammad's Building 7 Tower of Terror. Yes, there'll be strip bars. In fact, I'm not entirely sure there's going to be very many regular bars. My daughter's in Los Angeles, where she lives. Where's your daughter's in? Isn't that woman your daughter? And says question mark, question mark, question mark. No, she's not. She's my wife. That's my 39-year-old wife. As I believe you were probably informed yesterday.
Meow.
It's my cousin. It's my cousin, Rachel. Rachel has a lot of cousins, but I'm not one of them.
Yeah, no.
By being super cool, obviously, unlike you, just being mindlessly disrespectful.
I love you.
I love you too, darling. Well, that's impressive, C. Robbins. You got 4 different relations in one person. Hired actor, wife, cousin, and sister. That would be like a creepy like wedding speech for a husband to give. Actually, you're not just a wife and a lover to me. You're also a friend and a grandmother, a sister, a cousin, a dad, a kind of pervy stepdad. All right, well, now that we finished eating our first meal, I'm thinking a chiropractor, yeah. There won't be actual new kids on the block, but there will be a corporatized imitation band like that plays periodically called Chosen Kids on the Rock.
Chosen Kids on the Rock.
Mm-hmm. And they'll play on one of those. Isn't there some church on top of a rock in Israel?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Dome of the Rock or something like that. What did we eat? We ate sausage sandwiches.
Yeah.
But now I'm inclined to make more food still, even.
What are you thinking about making? Potato pancakes?
Not potato pancakes, but I was thinking about maybe making potatoes, different kind of potatoes.
Oh, a different kind of potatoes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I was thinking about making maybe. Big fat blunt. I could roll. Well, I don't know. I don't have any blunt papers per se. I do have rolling papers, but I'm also thinking I could make like. Well, there's a lot of things. I could look around and see what I could make. I could make a number of possible things. I'm not that hungry.
Yeah, we just ate.
No, I don't mean yams. Okay?
No, not yams.
Yams are not real food, okay?
Yams are not real food.
No, they're not.
Are those one of the things that the Indians brought besides corn?
Yeah, they brought yams. And forevermore ruined potatoes. Hi, Kami9.
Hey, Kami9.
How's it going, lady? Hi, Leonard Elijah. Sup? Yeah, yams belong in the trash. Boy, that is such a true statement, Kami9. You have spoken the truth. Shalom. It's Bittersteel, the world's angriest pro-Israeli person I've ever encountered. You're not supposed to itch your eyes so hard. It could cause lazy eye. I don't think it's.
I've never heard that before.
I'm not even itching it that hard. Shabbat shalom, shalom Shabbat, Shabbat shalom, shabom alat. I could shabbat shalom every day. So we're not going to be streaming for a super long time tonight, but I am kind of curious.
Oh, what are you curious about?
Oh, I was going to see like if there's any sports channel. I don't think so, but go ahead.
I want to know if the Rangers won.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Well, so we were curious basically about the same thing.
Yeah.
Will there be free Miss Pac-Man video games? I don't know. So, yes, the Rangers won by getting a score of 4-3.
Wow. Carolina came back.
Vegas is out. They're done. Orlando lost to Cleveland. They're done. Sadly, our beloved Oakland Athletics
Aw.
lost today. But you know what? It ended at 6-game winning streak, which is pretty great.
Yeah, it is.
And I have faith that we will see continued success by the Oakland Athletics this year.
I do too.
Why would you not stream for a super long time? That's messed up. Because I'm tired. That's why. Because I'm tired.
Oh, Shawty T.
No thanks, Bitter Steel. Well, Rangers they're up 1-0 against the Carolina Hurricanes. No, Bitter Steel, I do not. There might be a make your own pizza bar. That was a big sneeze for little Eric.
That
It's
was
true.
a big sneeze for little Eric.
So let's go look in the kitchen. We'll see all the different things that I could, in theory, make. But first, before we go look in the kitchen, let's pull a few bowls.
Yeah.
It's worthwhile. It's also worthwhile noting that when we do end this stream, Rachel, we will have at our disposal, I believe, that's right, a new regular Naked and Afraid.
Mm.
It turns out that the Naked and Afraid XL, the new season which is coming out,
Yeah.
that it actually airs on Thursdays, not on Sundays.
So we'll have double.
Yeah.
We're recording the other one too, right?
Well, yeah, it hasn't started yet. It starts on this upcoming Thursday, the first one. I don't know when. It's sleepy week, so don't expect much of anything from old Mr. Eric. Okay? Can you invited me there? Can I invited you where? To Israel? All right, let's pull this bowl. Traveling magician? I'm not a traveling magician. Nor do I want to become one. Yes, you can, says Bittersteel. Yes, you can do what? Speaking of Shoddy, pouring out for Jeff Shoddy. Who's Jeff Shoddy?
Like a straw, the tea.
Oh, I see. Well, hot. That's a sizzling fire. As hot as meow. A sizzling fire. Yes, it's meow. If you like sizzling fire, well, what I would say to you, Leonard Elijah, is already be on an independent trip to the United States near me and say, hey, I'm gonna be in California, meh, meh, meh. Then maybe we'll meet up in Fort Worth or something. Who knows? So now, for this other bowl. What would be nice if we had some cake. Some delicious cake. But we don't have any cake. No, I will not do any such thing. I'm just going to continue with my normal pattern of occasional haircuts. I'm going to pull my pants up like everybody else, one leg at a time.
Wow. You just one leg at a time kind of guy?
Truth is, that's not how people pull their pants up.
That's not.
No. Nobody. People only put their pants on one leg at a time.
Oh.
But they don't. They don't pull their pants up one leg at a time. No, that doesn't matter how many subs. I'm not gonna shave my beard because why would I want to punish people for subscribing to me? Everybody wants me to be their beard whore. Well, I'm not anybody's beard whore, alright? Deal with it. This is good coffee. I'm enjoying it.
Mm-hmm. It is good coffee.
It's not the strongest coffee in the world. Alright. I'm going to put this away now, this plate. And, you know, deal with cleaning up all that stuff in the morning. You want to go outside, kitty? Stop them from doing what, Holden? Neither glory to Russia nor just no. Oi, oi, oi. Haley Brown says, I love his beard. He's real. It reminds me of my father. Not to be weirded out. That's fine. A lot of people think I remind him of their father or grandfather or whatever. A lot of people call me grandpa. Sometimes people call me Unc. It's something that came about by Asian cultures, I think. How did I come up with the name of the channel? Well, I was just screwing around, making a skit with some characters that I made up. Just freestyling it, basically. I was interviewing these characters, and so I just said, like, hi, I'm host of Talking with Famous People, you know. I like the name. It's stuck. That's one way of explaining it. But thanks, Justin Williams.
Hi, Phoenix.
It would be crazy if when I let the kitty out, show media came in. Free next. Hello, how are you? Won't you tell me your name? It's a famous song from the olden days. So, what do you think, Rachel? Are you getting ready-ish to watch some Naked and Afraid? Yeah, I think so too. Which means, dear friends, that our time together this evening is going to draw to a close. And keep in mind, as always, I will be no doubt streaming tomorrow morning. I'm gonna play morning chores tomorrow morning, no doubt. So if you're around, I'll see you then. If not, I'm sure we'll see you soon.
What chores do you have to do in the morning?
Oh, I gotta finish my evening chores.
Oh.
No, we need to be able to listen to Naked and Afraid. We can't just watch it, we have to listen to it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Bye, Lou. Bye,
we'll see
Ruben. Bye,
you all
Logan.
later.